Hey guys, how's it going? It's Keon from the BMW channel. I'm here today at OG Performance and Tuning in Santa Clara. Today's a very special day. We have a very cool car in. So this is one of our friend's C63 AMGs. We just recently put an exhaust on it. We got the transmission unlocked, ready for tuning. All to the thanks of Arjan. And then got the engine over here. Looks pretty good. So guys, unfortunately, I have some pretty bad news. I didn't really get to deliver much content with it, but Frank is kind of down for the count. And let me show you why. Okay, here's Frank. Problem we face now is that one of the direct injectors, I'm not sure on which cylinder, got stuck open, flooded it, and I was stranded. So at this point, I don't really want to invest too much money into the direct injection system, as a full set of Index 12s would be somewhere around, I believe, $3,500. And for that type of money, I could get a standalone and run full port injection with less issues, more communication with the ECU, etc., etc. So I think that's the way I'm gonna go. And also, I'm gonna tear this block apart, make it a closed deck, put an N53 head on it, and do a full conversion, because as you guys know, this is the Frankenstein N54, meaning that we just take parts from other cars to make shit work. Now in the shop, we got some pretty cool cars too. This is a shop owner's car. This is Arjan's car. This is making around like 600 horsepower, full bolt-on. And then over here we got a customer's car, another M2, fantastic color choice. This one has a fully built motor, came here for a tune. I believe the owner's aiming for somewhere around 800 horsepower, as you can tell by
900 to the wheels.
900 to the wheels? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's
carbon stage 3 engine, Vargas GC Max, 1000cc port injection, and
yes.
Stage 4.5 LPFP and center.
Yeah, so this guy's not messing around, as you can tell. This guy's obviously spent a lot of money to get this car to where it is now. Unfortunately, he is running into some problems with port injection, so we're just going to clear some of that up and get him on his way as soon as we can. Very clean interior. Seems like we're going to get Aiden's car up and running on the dyno now. So we'll get started on that. Alright guys, as you can hear, we got Aiden's car on the dyno running. Our plan is to run it at on a stock map first, see how much power it makes, and then from there give it a good engine and transmission tune and see what it can make afterwards. Now I don't think we're running any ethanol at this point, so we're on pump gas for now. Got 520 at the crank, 407 wheel horsepower, and 430 pound-feet of torque. So not too bad for stock numbers on this car. This is incredible. The car just shot flames on the dyno. Pretty big ones at that too, and very visible even in the daylight, which is pretty hard. I'm pretty sure at this point we have a burble tune or something installed onto the car. that allows it to shoot flames. So I'm gonna just go double check with Arjan and see how the dyno run is going and what we should expect out of this car. All right, Arjan, we just shot flames. How's the map going?
So the map is going well. The first issue, I mean, in stock run on the data log, we can see here that the throttle is opening only up to like 60-62%, which is there's huge amount of power when you get a little bit more air, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
So on the second log here, we can see the throttle is opening up to 88% now.
Nice.
And we gained about 30 to the wheels.
Okay, that's pretty significant for naturally aspirated.
In the data log, everything looks good. The fueling,
fantastic.
The timing, everything looks good. So we are gonna try to squeeze it a little bit more. Of course, we are gonna stay, you know,
within boundaries.
Within the safety, yeah, within the boundaries, exactly.
So is this with the verbal tune? Is that why we shot flames, or is this?
Yeah, that's just a flame map. You know?
Okay, so yeah. So
instead of doing verbals like crackling, like 3-4 seconds, we do 2 seconds with 1 or 2 pops, so it can shot some nice flames.
Nice. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So we're on track, making good power, and up next should be making hopefully more power.
Yeah, since we have a little bit of ethanol in the tank, we should be able to give it a little bit more timing and then gain a little bit more, but we'll see.
Oh, so there is ethanol right now?
Yeah, there is 2 gallons of ethanol in the tank.
Okay, cool. There we go. So we do have ethanol in the tank, guys. So making pretty good power with ethanol and shooting some pretty massive flames. Awesome. Now this is a pretty cool car that has been in this shop for a while. Unfortunately, it doesn't really run right. Now this is a M5 naturally aspirated that was converted with a huge supercharger. This was created by a company called Discovery Automotive. It is number 8 and built in 2007. I don't know how many of these were built necessarily, but none of these ever ran right. We're trying to get it to work. We got a standalone ECU and everything. This used to be made of carbon fiber. It cracked, so we had a fabricator create a whole new one. And then the intake manifold cracked, so now we sent off some blueprints to Tony at Vargas Turbo, so he could get hopefully someone with the CNC machine to create one from a solid billet piece of aluminum, and we'll get this back on the dyno to hopefully make around 800 to 1000 wheel horsepower. Holy shit! Damn! Dude, you guys can't hear it in person, but I could feel it in my chest. Holy crap. Dude, it almost blew my phone off of the guibo. It like caused it to shift because of all the exhaust pressure. To go into a little bit more depth about my build, not many of you may know because it is a fresh channel, at least for this car. It has a Ford 8.8 kit, a Doc Race single turbo kit with a 64-66 turbo, port injection, you name it. There's a bunch of other goodies as well. Now, for the motor, I've decided for the head, I'm gonna go with a N53 head. Now, these don't directly bolt onto the car. You do need to make some modifications to the water jacket and some other stuff. But there is a company called Hydro Performance that offers them along with the core included, which is fantastic. I'm just gonna order one from them rather than send my head off to go get ported. It's just a much more simple process, straightforward. I don't have to do as much work. And unfortunately, machinists are a dying breed, and trying to find one locally that can do what you need isn't very easy. And most people end up having to ship them out regardless. So, details for the block other than the N53 head, I'm gonna go with 5150 Autosport or Motorsport. I'm not sure what the name is exactly, but they do offer a kit with like Schrick cams, I believe that's how you pronounce it. They have forged rods, pistons, all the stuff you need, ARP head studs, to make a fully built motor. Now all of those do fit onto the N53 head, as they are kind of the same, almost exactly compatible. I believe the valves are slightly different as well, and the exhaust housing side for the manifold, but it should all work together. Now I'm gonna aim for around 800 wheel horsepower on it, hopefully at kill map, but I want to build this motor for at least 1,000 rated horsepower. So I'm gonna send it off, get the deck closed off as well, maybe sleeved, and then slap everything back together and put it back in here and see how much power we make. Now, hopefully with the N53 head having a much more better flow at least than the N54, I should be able to run a little bit less turbo pressure, but still run the same amount of power. So the plan is to reduce the stress on the motor, but still keep the amount of power that I want. And Arjan's gonna help. We're gonna get the max ECU running, and you guys are gonna come along for the ride. Now you guys know my car is named Franken N54 because it's like Frankenstein. I take parts from different cars and slap them in, like the Ford. The single turbo doesn't belong on this car, etc., etc. So yeah. Okay, so that's it for today's video, guys. We tuned the AMG, made pretty significant gains. I give a quick little update about Frank. If you guys need any tuning done, hit up OG Performance and Tuning in Santa Clara, especially if you're in the Bay Area. If you're in the Bay Area, specializes in anything German, really. But just give him a call. He'll let you know if he can provide services for your platform. Otherwise, you guys have a good one. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.